floor because I am tired of consistently falling down this thing like it's some sort of chasm. Okay. Now I can travel over to here. I can very easily start by depositing any gravel I might have. And that will allow me to run it all the way back over here where I can grab the materials off of the ground. And then I need to go use the bathroom again. I drank a lot of fluids last night. BRB. Alright, I have finished using the bathroom. Now plugging my phone in. And eating. Okay. Now I can go empty my inventory. Which means I can start by going over to, was it here? Yes. I can start by going over to here, emptying out all of this stone which I'm carrying. Then I can go over to this cobblestone section here. I can deposit the majority of the cobblestone. That will help free up a bunch of inventory space. I can go over to, I suppose I can craft these up. Let's see. I got granite, diorite, and andesite. Oh, I guess I am carrying a lot of andesite. Let's deposit the granite as well as the diorite. We won't deposit the andesite because we're using that. We will, however, deposit all of this ore, which we are carrying upon our person. We have a lot of ore. Okay. Now, I do believe I wanted to fill in things such as this pothole right here. This little divot, as it were, is quite annoying because of the fact that it is located in a position which provides a surprisingly large amount of distraction from whatever else it is that anyone may or may not want to utilize. I don't know what I'm talking about at the moment because I'm too busy trying to place these torches. good so far. 1, 2, 3, place on 4th. 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 There we go. Getting a nice rhythm going where we can easily not need to focus on certain aspects, such as the fact that these lanterns are going to be providing the majority of the light for this platform to catch the minecart. It was not necessary for me to go out of my way to make sure that the torches were in place like that. That was just me doing a little bit of extra work to make sure that the materials were going to get proper, adequate usage. A lot of this dig is going to show off various aspects as though they were very challenging and potentially dangerous for such a plan. You know, if I had a shulker box or an ender chest, I could probably make use of those to very easily and quickly figure out how much of pretty much everything involved I'm going to be needing to transport. However, seeing as I have not yet gone to fight the Ender Dragon, I have not yet located any end portal even. I've not even tried. From what I have noticed, according to the readouts, the nearest end portal is a few hundred blocks away from spawn. It's like 400 or 600 blocks away. Meaning I'm currently probably decently close to a end portal. That's not to say that I am close to a useful end portal. I'm just close to a end portal, or an end portal, if you want to get proper grammar semantics. You know, I am near the end. I am not at the end. There is a portal somewhere in the region, and I am able to make use of that. I don't even know why that's actually an access point. That should not be an access point because that is not the proper location. Therefore, I'm just going to fill in that section with those. This is the proper location. Therefore, I shall continue my dig. I have... There we go. There we go. Make sure that's not going to have issues. Yeah, as you can see, I have not needed to repair my pickaxe once. I've made about 3 trips back to the base, probably going to make a 4th one real soon, because it's filling up fast. And yet I still don't need to even remotely repair the pickaxe, which I am making use of currently. Not even remotely. Okay, it is still in perfectly usable condition. It's not perfect condition, but it's usable. I see. Right, so I was telling you guys about my players and how they have managed to survive thus far. The players encountered 5 harpies and a Tyrannosaurus Rex as they crossed the grasslands near the mountains. They found themselves facing off against both of them simultaneously, which was a challenge. The T-Rex alone almost knocked the carriage over, and the harpies provided their own lovely form of a distraction from the fight, because they were trying to charm the various characters in the party using their harpy song, the siren song as it were, to, well, charm the party members. The Paladin specifically, the Dragonborn Paladin, their schedule is not exactly the most reliable because they are in the military, the armed forces. They are, doing their duty and protecting the peace and all that. I'm not the type that would go sign my life away and die in someone else's war, but I can respect his decision to do so, and so I choose to respect his decision to potentially have someone send him off to die in a war somewhere. He did not have many other options for his situation. He got a decent deal on his recruitment, and he was offered a pretty sweet gig. From what I can tell, he is doing very well in the army, and he's not exactly keen on leaving anytime soon. I think specifically he's in the Navy, but it's all the military, to be honest. I understand there's this whole thing about Army is Army, Navy is Navy, Air Force, Marines, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? It's the military. It's the armed forces. It's the non-civilian branch. Let's just call it what it is. You guys in the armed forces are basically being sent to die in someone else's fight because they offered you a lot of goodies and a lot of incentives to go fight their fight for them. And because of that, well,
getting a pretty sweet deal. You know, you're getting all of these offers, these bonuses as part of your military service, and in return, you are disposable. That's military for you. That's why I don't like the military, is because they treat people as though they are disposable, and it's like, no, people are not disposable. Soldiers, maybe. People, no. People are not disposable. Yeah. That is a proper staircase. Okay. In that case, I shall leave that staircase intact whilst I go around it. Okay. Yeah. A lot of progress being made, very short period of time, very short, very short area of progress, but good progress nonetheless. Okay, let's start with diorite, andesite. Or no, not diorite and andesite. It's andesite and smoothstone. That's what it is. Andesite, smoothstone, and move the gravel over. Move that there, that there. And that there. Perfect, kind of. Close enough, at least. I get to place in a lot of materials for the groundwork. Oops, wrong one. I wanted polished andesite. There we go. Now I've got the polished andesite all installed, and it's all good to go. Don't need to mess with it. Don't need to worry about it, don't need to mess with it, because it's all fully installed. Now I just enjoy having this lovely wall here. Well, I guess I'm not installing the wall yet, so it's not fully installed, because I don't have the wall, but I do have all of the other bits and bobs and pieces and doodads and whatnots and thingamajigs. You can't forget the thingamajigs, people. Why not? What do? They're thingamajigs, obviously. That doesn't answer the question. No one said I was here to answer the question. Oh. Well, tell no one I said thank you. That's not how that works. those together. Doot, doot, doot. Wait, was that? No, that's normal. Okay. Let me actually swap these. I keep wanting to go for the other way around. That's not normal. There we go. Now it looks like we got to do over here as well. Yeah, this is a lot of filling in the various areas which were excavated because they are far too low. Therefore, we got to bring them up higher because they are too low. Now, I did mention in a recent video that if you are interested in wanting to join my D&D campaign, that the most direct method of letting me know this is to leave a comment on one of my videos. The same goes for if you wish to sponsor me. If you wish to have a video of mine sponsored by, for example, World Anvil, which I hear is a lovely website, and I would possibly enjoy utilizing it. However, I do not have a sponsorship from World Anvil currently, and I've never actually tried their product before because I can't afford it. Very simple and direct reason. I just can't afford it. Polished andesite, and there we go. That is the majority of this portion done. Give or take. Okay, that's not andesite, therefore I need to go over here. And then I need to fill in all of this material. Okay. And by the way, if you're wondering if this is related to, end-to-end logistics, yes, this is actually a part of end-to-end logistics. Meaning, if you want, to cover your logistics on one side of the organization, which is, digging up the entirety of, y equals 2 all the way through y equals, what would that be, 19 I'm going up to? Then if you want to handle that, you need to be able to recognize what you're going to need for a project of that scale. You need to recognize that you might need a certain amount of andesite. You might need a certain amount of diorite. You might need a certain amount of granite. You have to recognize that you need these ores, and you need to recognize how much of them that you need. If you don't recognize that you need the ores, you're going to find yourself in a very difficult situation, because there's not going to be much you can do by that point that will allow you the freedom of being able to properly and freely craft all of the different things that you want and or need. Yeah, there we go. Now let us put the cobblestone down there, redstone over there. Let's grab some stone. I hit the wrong button again. Put the stone back, grab the smooth stone. Now, I can just continue digging out this area. I found that it helps to excavate y equals 5. And then, as needed, you can excavate y equals 4. It does expose a lot more bedrock that way. However, there is a chance that you will end up needing to, pillar out, as they say, because you'll just have so much area that you need to jump up in order to no longer be stuck in whatever pit you're in. So there's a chance that you might need to look into some form of preserving your current allocation of variables or values or something. You want to look into some form of preservation, self or otherwise. In my case, I'm just relying mostly on self-preservation and future-proofing. That is the majority of my base, just self-preservation and future-proofing. I need a bunch of iron, great. Let me get a bunch of iron. I need a bunch of coal, great. Let me get a bunch of coal. I need trees, let me get a bunch of trees. I go through all of these various processes specifically because I need these items in order to advance the progress on the base. base specifically is spawn. You know, this is the spawn base still. I have not yet left the spawn chunks very much. I have left them, but I've returned to them because this is the spawn chunks. This is the primary base if everything goes wrong. Therefore, I want this one base to be properly built. I want this specific base to be okay. Even if all of the other bases are completely borked for whatever reason, I want this one to be good. I want it to be well built. I want it to be planned out. I want it to have all kinds of various amenities, as it were. I don't want it to be this massive thing that's just garish and gets the job done but doesn't look very good. I want it to look good, you know. I don't want it to look bad. I want it to look good because I'm going to be spending a lot of time here. You know, if I'm going to be spending so much time here, I don't want to be spending time in an ugly base. I want to be spending time in a good-looking base. You know, one that's well built, well organized, has very few issues, etc. Now, that's not always going to be an option. You know, there is quite obviously a decent chance that, you know, a good quality base may not be an available option. But if I keep working at it, it will become an option. It will eventually unfold in a manner which will force itself to be available as an option. And in such an instance, there is the obvious option of making use of what's already available. You know, I want to make sure that the groundwork is all laid out, it's all filled in. I want to be able to just come in here with a bunch of half slabs and just fill it all in and not need to worry about it ever again. You know, I plan to submerge the lighting. Therefore, the lighting will actually be hidden underneath the half slabs, which I think, personally, is going to look really nifty and neat. I think it's going to look very nice. I think it's going to seem to be a decent build. Oh, I wasn't even checking to see if there were ores in the walls. My mistake. Here, let me see. Okay. We need to check and see if there are any ores in the wall. Specifically, the wall that is currently on my left, which is the side that has my my paper doll on it. Now that side is on my right, opposite the paper doll, because I turned around. I need to make sure that there are no ores in the roof. I need to make sure the floor is okay. I need to make sure there's no ore in the wall. And then once I have made sure of all of that, I can start replacing the roof here with polished andesite.
and that will allow me to make sure that I'm able to consistently work in the area without needing to worry about things such as, lighting conditions, minimum requirements for navigation, etc., etc., etc. One, two, three. And there we go. That's all of my polished andesite that I have. I could make more andesite, but I don't feel like going through my diorite supply. Therefore, I shall craft up the andesite and granite into their polished variants, and then I'm going to go deposit my extra ore. We have granite, we have andesite, which we have none of. We have diorite, which we have some of. We have various ores, including redstone, iron, lapis, gold, coal, diamonds, and emeralds. Not sure if I mentioned diamonds twice. I might have. However, we have quite easily refilled the furnace. Now we wish to grab 1 unit of coal. We will equip our subscribe Silk Touch Diamond pickaxe. We shall craft some slime blocks while we wait. Deposit those in the storage. We shall grab 2 units of smooth stone. And now our diamond pickaxe is fully repaired. We did not need to use any levels. In fact, we gained levels repairing it. Yeah, we have successfully advanced quite a long ways in a very short amount of time. I need to deposit cobblestone and gravel. Well, that was the gravel. Here's the cobblestone. Oh, that's actually a full stack of cobblestone. Cool. Now I need to deposit regular stone. Regular stone, I believe, was on barrel 17? No? Ah, here it is. Barrel 9 now. It was barrel 8, now it's barrel 9. Okay. Now we can go ahead and just grab these. We didn't even need to grab those yet. We grabbed those very early. I mostly just need to dig. Just lots of digging.
do believe I managed to excavate all the way out to here. Or no, I did that down below, didn't I? Redstone ore in the ceiling. Heck yeah. Okay. I want to repair this damage using smooth stone. Here's where I left off. Naturally. Okay. So this is all done all the way 0 to 400. However, this one, not so much. Yeah, this is saving me a lot of materials just having this pickaxe alone. So many materials are getting preserved by the mere existence of this pickaxe. It is very nice to have a silk touch pickaxe that is regenerated by experience. Ow. Well, there goes my boots. That was unfortunate. Alright. Let's clear out some of these slime sound effects. First we want to take out the medium ones, then we can take out the small ones. Now we just go over here, grab all the experience up. Make sure it's all collected. Continue clearing out the bad guys. Oh, great. Another silverfish vein. Seriously? Well, it can't infest gravel, so there's that. I still gotta clear out all of this material. Okay. Worst comes to worst, I will push the mine all the way back to, let's see, which direction is this? I can push the mine all the way back to z equals 0, and then proceed north from there. For some reason, north is the negative. Yeah, north is negative z. Okay, that's awkward. These medium slimes only have 1 HP, therefore it is entirely possible to fight slimes just completely unarmed. You just gotta be careful of the large ones, really. That's all you really gotta be careful of. Okay. Now, with all of that situation taken care of, I can continue my excavation. Yeah, if you do want to join my D&D games, it takes place with Discord for voice chat, as well as using the Roll20.net website to handle looking at maps, handle rolling, character sheets, all of that stuff. We don't do rolling your own dice, because that has a tendency to have people cheat quite heavily. Roll20 is perfectly fine. They do actually balance their dice. They, as I mentioned previously, actually allow you to check on how the dice are rolling on the entire site of Roll20 in order to allow you to verify that it's just you. You're not actually having terrible luck. It's just you. You know? Like, yeah, you might be having bad luck, but it's not because of you. It's just you might be having bad luck. Last session, despite the fact that Ogmul, the Orc Goliath, the player only got 1 turn before they turned in for the night, because for the longest time we were just waiting on our monk, who never showed up, by the way. He fell asleep, and then when he woke up, he wouldn't show up to, take his turn. It's like, well, we're waiting on you. And he was like, oh, well, I'm busy with friends and voice chat. And it's like, yeah, so are we. We're playing D&D. What are your friends doing? We're playing D&D. What's your friends up to? Because that's what we thought you were doing here. But nope. He instead decided to go screw around and do things with his other friends, apparently. Which is fine, but it would have been nice to have some form of information of how his character behaves in that situation specifically. Because we have 0 input on how his character would handle the situation of a T-Rex casting Cure Wounds and his character waking up to a Tyrannosaurus Rex tail slamming into them, and then he just kind of wakes up. I said in-game that it roared at him, but I had forgotten that Pink, the Oozkin, being a sorcerer, had made use of the subtle spell Meta Magic, meaning that despite the fact that it was inside of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, Pink did not need to actually perform the somatic, verbal, etc. components. Just somatic and verbal. They have subtle spell, which allows them to very easily and subtly, as the name implies, basically avoid needing to perform the somatic or verbal components of a spell. This doesn't sound too useful until you realize it means you don't need to talk or move to cast a spell at all. Suddenly, it sounds very overpowered and broken, and you're wondering why this would ever be allowed in any Dungeons and Dragons game. The reason is because it just is. It is allowed. It is a normal feature of Dungeons and Dragons to be able to, as a sorcerer, cast meta magic. You are limited in your meta magic based on how many sorcery points you have. If you don't have enough sorcery points, you can't do the meta magic. If you want to gain sorcery points, there are a few ways to gain sorcery points. However, the method of gaining the sorcery points is a little bit different than some people are used to. Simply put, you need to have your character convert spell slots into sorcery points. And the number of sorcery points is a direct one-to-one number of the level of the spell slot sacrificed, keyword, in order to provide the number of sorcery points that you want. If your number of sorcery points available to you is insufficient, you are able to utilize the sorcery point to spell slot conversion to either create spell slots or to create mana magic effects through the use of having more sorcery points available. There are a few other things that sorcerers use sorcery points for. However, the majority of it is the meta magic. That is the primary lure, as it were, for sorcerer. Okay. Sweet. Okay, we got granite. We got diorite. I will, for now, deposit the polished andesite, as well as deposit the excessive quantities of redstone ore. Then I want to craft slime blocks in order to deposit the excess quantities of slime. I'm working on my 5th stack of slime blocks. I have another one that is up in my base, up on the surface, which I actually need to check my surface base soon, because there is plenty of things that I need to check on up there. Okay, now, was this carved all the way out to 0 at this level? Because I think it was. So much running to do. Okay, yeah, it looks like this was cleared out. However, I seem to have forgotten that I needed to grab some smooth stone. Therefore, I shall go grab that now. I need a bunch of smooth stone. I also want to keep a stack of stone on me, just in case I need some sort of filler material and I don't want to use smooth stone. Okay.